Hi, Karel. So one of the major themes for us and Northernlands is climate emergency. Could you just introduce the speakers that are looking at this theme for us, please?
Yeah, actually, we have one speaker, and before I introduce him, let me say something why the climate change crisis is so important to both our countries, basically to the world. The Netherlands is, for a large part, below sea level, which means that rising sea levels are an existential threat. And also here in the UK, we see that climate change connected crisis with flooding and changing weather patterns are also affecting the United Kingdom, and certainly the north of England. And between our countries in the coming year, climate change and the fight against climate change is the most topical issue. We're all working together towards the Glasgow summit at the end of the year. Let's hope it won't be virtual. It will be possible to have it live after COVID. And in Glasgow, we try to reach really sustainable solutions and lowering the CO2 emissions on a global level. And in the Netherlands, we try to contribute to that UK effort. We had an adaptation summit in January of this year, and we're also working on circular economy. And when fighting climate change, it's important to also use open data and also to involve the private sector and to find clever and smart solutions. And that's we're very happy that we found Benno Schwartz, the CEO of Hello Energy, a successful Dutch scale-up, which is working towards an energy positive world where buildings give energy back to the grid instead of just consuming, and in that sense also contribute to mitigating the effects of climate change.
Thanks, Karel. And the climate emergency now seems to be on everyone's lips, which thank God has been taken the time to do. But if we were going to take away some last words from you about what we should take away from these sessions, what would they be?
What I really hope that this session will contribute to is to find, again, to strike the right balance, the balance between economy and sustainability. How can they strengthen each other? And how can economic growth contribute to green growth, green prosperity, green goals, and how can we find the right balance between the public sector and the private sector? And certainly have a responsible behavior by the private sector. And finally, how can the Netherlands and the Northernlands or the north of the UK work together in mitigating CO2 emissions? How can we learn from each other? And how can we also contribute to a successful COP26 in Glasgow by the end of the year, where we really hope that governments and private sector will work together in making the world a little bit more sustainable. It's in the interest of all of us, all of our societies, all of our citizens, and certainly all of our children.
Thank you. Great. Okay, so the next one is...
Just one.